And gentlemen, an incredible night, one we will never forget, and one that Aksar Patel in the interview after said, we should treat this as a game we never played and move on. Yes, next time, don't play against us, man. Pray for the rain, pray for your dust, pray for your ash, because we'll turn you to ash. All right, guys, this is going to be an easy, quick episode. Hopefully, quicker than as quick as the game was. So let's just kick it off with feelings corner. Bharat, welcome back to the show after a while. How do you feel, man?
Thank you. Pretty good. Continuing on the confidence from the previous game. What a start. I had to go to class, so I started watching the game 10-15 minutes late, and before I knew it was 8 for 6. So I was like, what just happened? And then I had to go back, watch the highlights. And Bhuvi, just continuing on from his great form from the previous game. They had a 17-year-old facing him up in the first over, and a very welcome to the big leagues type of moment with a insane in-swinging Yorker. And, he just continued that in the second over, just beautiful line and length, nice outswinging deliveries. And the game was over before it started, honestly.
Game was over before it started. Ayush, I always ask you this. When was the game over?
I think this game was decided at the toss because I think given the previous match at the same venue, everyone thought it's going to be like a 250 plus kind of venue. So I think the team bowling first was always going to have a big advantage in terms of seeing how the pitch plays out, and the team batting first has that fear that okay, are we going to score two less? And especially KL Rahul, he scored 150 and lost, right? So they obviously had this fear that they have to come and just fire away from the beginning. And I think even if we batted first, we would have had that pressure as well. And obviously, we wouldn't have done this badly. But I think the toss was a big one here.
Yeah, no, fully agree, man. The game's at 7 a.m. for me in California. I wake up at 6:30 because the toss is literally the most important part of the game, of late especially. Right, last question for you. Lots of milestones and great stats from today. I'll just drop a few. Obviously, King, 9,000 runs, sitting alone on that pedestal. They're talking about 10K. Another cool stat, that was the second fastest chase. We did it in 6.2 overs. Apparently in 2008, Mumbai Indians beat KKR and chased a total in 5.3. Pretty insane. I think we could have done it. But just wanted to ask you, what is your favorite part of the day, man?
Favorite part of the day was that I was able to plan my evening better than I thought, because it's a Monday in India and there's a lot of work. So I was trying to plan when I can watch the first innings in the office, depending on batting or bowling. And then in that 15-minute switch of batting, I would travel home and watch the second half. But Bharat, I watched the full game in the office, Bharat. That's how quick it was. So that was the best part of the day. But yeah, on a serious note, I think we saw it coming in terms of, I predicted it in our preview that, DC is going to be super low in terms of energy. You can just tell, right, in terms of body language. But I didn't expect this in the wildest of my dreams, that they would lose a game after scoring 264 and then get out for 70 runs. So yeah, I feel bad for them, to be honest. I think I was a bit too aggressive in the preview, and now it feels pretty bad. Yeah, but the season's over, if I may say so.
Yeah, of course you may say so. I think there's only one team other than the top four left. But anyway, guys, we're going to do a mid-season review, so watch out for that. Moving on. So basically, your favorite part was getting to watch the entire game in office. Bharat, your least favorite part is missing the entire game in class. Rai, you mentioned predictions. Editor, report card on screen. Let's get into this one. It's juicy. So as you can see, there's a theme going on here. All predictions to do with our bowling innings came true. All predictions to do with the batting, well, it never stood a chance, man. 76. I think the only one who could have got it right was me with my Bethel 50. But not meant to be, man. What a crazy catch. What a crazy catch. I was hoping someone just push him over the line, dude. Anyway, so yeah, mine is a fail. Rai, Jitesh didn't even come to bat. I know you wanted an automatic victory, but we don't do automatic victories in this show. And who else did we miss? We missed Shubhi for Virat 60, bro. He's finally learned to bet positively on Virat, and he didn't get the results he wanted. But guys, let's move to the guys who actually got the predictions right. Bharat went for a Bhuvi 3 for, and he even told me, bro, I'm 0 for 7 in all my predictions, bro. This better come true. And it did. What an amazing innings. But go ahead, say something about Bhuvi.
I mean, what is there to say? He's been in unbelievable form. He gets better with each season, which is something that I don't think I've seen from a Indian pacer in the recent past. And being able to be supplemented by Josh Hazelwood at the other end, I think this is easily the best bowling partnership amongst all teams in the IPL right now. And they're going from strength to strength. So just super excited to see our bowling do so well. If at all was a question mark, is now no longer a question. And I think he's at 14 wickets now. Purple cap potential. Let's have our fingers crossed and let's hope that form continues.
Ayush, I'll give you your Hazelwood prediction. He went 3 for 33 or under. Bro, that was insane. 4 for 12. Man of the match performance. I'm not going to give you a chance to speak because I know you're going first in 6 things we learned. So we'll save it for that. One more time, editor, on screen. Guys, and drop in your predictions more often. I'm only seeing 1 or 2 and most of the time not working out your way. That's why I'm saving you the blushes. Cool, guys. Going into my favorite segment, 6 things we learned. All right, Ayush, kick us off, man.
Okay, so you already called the first box. I have to go with Hazelwood, a massive green box for him. And he supplemented Bhuvi's performance really well. And I think, my prediction was 33 for 3 or under. And I think the only 3 in his figures was that he bowled 3.3 overs. But 12 for 4, that's freaking incredible. And I think it was 8 for 3 at the power play. So, I mean, all of us were talking about whether he should have had a 4th over right away. And maybe, that could have improved his figures even more. But I'll still take it. What an innings.
Amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. All right, Bharat, I know you already talked about Bhuvi, so make this one short.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've covered all bases with Bhuvi. Hope the form continues. One really good positive from the batting side, for however short that innings was DDP just carrying on from strength to strength. When the intent is always there. When he's flicking sixes off his pads, bowlers just need to know that they can't bowl to him over there. And more than anything, I think his strike rate this season, he's continued from the last season. I think that was the only gray area about his T20 batting skills, something that he really struggled with at Rajasthan and somehow completely transformed himself when he came into RCB last season. And now he's like a proper number 3 for us. And it's good to have Rajat coming in at 4, but the Kohli Padikkal partnership is really what's been getting our batting, or rather pushing the momentum towards the middle order and really getting us to those big totals. Solid chase.
Agreed, man. It's so hard in a team full of stars, but outside of Virat, maybe Rajat, maybe not. I think he's the most important wicket that I don't want to see gone. Also, what a slip fielder, man. He is so good in the slips. I don't think I've seen any. Anyway, Rai, one more. 4th thing we learned.
Yeah, I think I'll have to go with Suyash for sure, given that it was also his home game, guys, with respect to him playing from Delhi, representing them, knowing the backyard in terms of the Kotla, coming in strong, 20 dot balls. I think that's in itself a huge number, right? I don't think we see that in T20 cricket. Forget at the Kotla. And then to obviously get a wicket as well, which is cherry on the top. So yeah, amazing. And I love, again, we mentioned it, I think in the last episode, which is a lot of heart is what he bowls with, and aggression. The Delhi side of him does come out every now and then. So love to see that with Virat. So yeah, I hope he continues, and we definitely need him to have a good second half, even better than the first half if we want to go all the way this year.
Okay. Guys, I want you to listen to that stat. 20 dot balls out of 4 overs. So 20 out of 24 dot balls. 1 wicket, 1 maiden over, and only 7 runs he goes for, most of them wides. Insane performance, man. Right, give me one more. I love that too much. Give me another.
I'll have to go with, in the batting innings, there wasn't much. And obviously DDP was amazing. So I think Bethel for sure, given that he hasn't had a lot of game time out in the middle, for him to come out and to obviously take the momentum completely away, right? Not like we were going to lose, but if there were any early scares, he definitely eliminated that by hitting 2 back-to-back sixes. And obviously, you love to see him. And he's a talent. He's definitely one for the future. Just says, like, it just goes to show how strong our team is that he hasn't gotten the game time he deserves. But hopefully soon, and I'm sure he's going to shine for us. So, yeah, amazing innings. And yeah, I hope he continues.
100%, man. He's such a star. And I just wanted to add one more thing about, when you're sitting on the bench, high profile, especially with all the chatter, Alistair Cook, Kevin Peterson, everything going on in England, it's easy to fall under pressure or, he has only 2 games because Salt was injured and he's played for the team, man. I think it's really easy in moments like that to just care about your own accomplishments, kind of have a tuk-tuk around. But no, like you said, 2 back-to-back sixes, the way he took down Jameson. And like even on the 6th ball of Jameson's over, he went for it. And obviously, didn't hit it as well. What a catch, not to. But yeah, I just wanted to say one of my favorite adages coming from football. And it says, you play for the name in the front and they'll remember the name at the back. And that's, I think, what Jacob Bethel did for us today. So absolute superstar. Salt come back, but no rush, man. Take your time. Ayush, let's end with you. The 6th thing you learned.
Okay, so on a otherwise perfect day, I think I'll put a yellow box around our captaincy, and not a lot wrong there, obviously, when your team plays like that. But just want to point out that 6 overs, I think, what was it, like 13 for 6, if I'm not wrong, at the end of the power play. And at that point, you really should be thinking about wrapping up the game, right? And how did we not see Bhuvi and Hazelwood get the ball again? I do not know. But at the same time, I mean, I understand where he came from. We've been talking about Romario Shepherd every game, before and after every game. And I understand that he thought that, okay, maybe this is a chance for Romario to show his worth by probably picking up a wicket on a pitch that seemed like, it was, forget the pitch, like they were 6 down, they were struggling. He really thought that, okay, if not a wicket, he's going to bowl like an over less than 5 or 6 runs. But like, no, like he's still getting smashed. So, I mean, yeah, I think that yellow box around Rajat.
100%, man. I really wanted to give Rajat that yellow box, not because I don't love him, not because he hasn't done such a great job, but when you're that on top, and he even said in the post-match interview, the question was, were you tempted to, bowl out Hazelwood and Bhuvi? And he said the plan was if we take early wickets, they'll bowl 3 each. Dude, I don't think you could have planned for taking 6 wickets in the power play. And if you did, then the plan should have definitely been give them 2 more. And here's why I think so. They were 13 for 6. The very next over, Rasik goes for 12. That score doubled in 1 over compared to the entire power play. And then we give it to Sheppy after that, 9 more. And you know what? Why that hurt? Because that 49-48 dream was dead. So yeah, just for that, Rajat, I know you've not been a part of the franchise for that long that you remember the 40-49 not all out. But we do, man. We do. So this one mattered. And yeah, you should have.
I also want to add that when we did get all out for 49, it was an era where there were no impact subs. And if you look at today's game, I think Porel alone scored like 20-25 odd runs. And I think it would have been a different score altogether if they didn't have that.
Dude, yeah, 75 minus Abhishek Porel's 30 is 45. So can we say the record is
We'll
broken?
count it. We'll take it.
We'll count it, man. Moral
No,
wins for us.
but when they were showing the stat, I had no idea that the other 2 low scores after the 49 were both us trying to actually, break the 49 in terms of, because we were the ones who did it. I don't remember, so probably editor can put the stat up. But after our lowest, I think we've actually kept the opposition to the lowest score after that. And this also, I think, would be in the top 5 or 6 now. So I guess we're trying hard, guys. No issues there. Boys are really trying. But
Yeah.
if we were to look at it from a like what the captaincy actually means, is that if David Miller stayed and if he survived a Hazelwood and a Bhuvi over, then having Romario for, Suyash for, and Krunal for against David Miller, and if he hit a crazy 100, then again, I don't think this conversation would be. That guy's done it, by the way, for Punjab against RCB. I've seen that innings. I've seen David Miller do it a lot. He's recently damaged Romario as well. So again, just to point out there for Rajat in terms of captaincy, right? You got to look at the bigger picture. Maybe he probably could have given Hazelwood for sure. if not Boogie, the fourth one, and then hopefully kept Boogie's over for a tough run. Maybe, no idea. But yeah, the impact thing also, Ayush is right with respect to that being a reason.
It's not apples to apples anymore. Yeah, fully agree. Go ahead, Bharat.
I have a question for you guys. We're talking about Sheppy and the captaincy. Do you think there's a case if Phil Salt comes back into the team, we drop Sheppy? In that case, where do we bat Jacob Bethel, and then does he come at 3 down and move everyone else down the order? Is that a potential that we see?
Whoever wants to go first?
I don't think that Salt can come in for Romario just because we need a sixth bowling option. And in close games, it can be like a big difference. And obviously, the last couple of times Romario has come in to fill up that 1 over gap. He's not done a great job. So we are looking for a replacement. But we seriously need a all-rounder or maybe even a sixth bowling option, I feel.
Yeah, but the
Right.
other issue, exactly what Bharat brought up, is that because Bethel likes to bat 1, 2, and 3, he, in fact, in an interview recently said he likes the number 3 spot. That's another issue, which is that if he was a proven 5 down player, then you could slot him in there. And the way Rajat and DDP both are playing, you're not moving them. Like, you're not moving them, right? So if your number 3 and number 4 is not moving, then you basically, at best, Bethel is doing going ahead of Tim David, right? That pushes Tim David down. I don't know how many games. The thing is, because the opposition are going to do well, guys, that value of the bottom 3 is like you need bashers there, right? Because they're only going to play an over. That's a fact. And like Romario hasn't even played. Like Jitesh has been pretty average. But if you look at it, like, and then the conversation becomes: is Bethel worth playing for 6 balls or 10 balls? Right? Or Tim David getting lesser balls. So that is another issue. And that is why he's a like for like when Salt gets injured or does not play in this case. But yeah, you never know, man. Maybe a few more games and we might see something else. I've seen a lot of RCB fans just like us try and figure out this combination where somehow you can play all of them, including having Venki be the player in the playing 11 and having these guys in the impact. And in a rosy world, you have a game where it works out and you play Duffy, you play Romario, you play Bethel. But I don't think that's how it works, unfortunately.
Yeah, man. I tend to agree with you, Ryan. Go ahead, Ayu. Sorry.
Sorry, I was just going to say that I also think that the fact that Bethel is, in the impact sub list and he comes on later in the game is an indication that the management is not intending to keep him in long term. So they don't want to ruin like the fielding momentum of the players who should otherwise, be like that will be starting the 11. So I'm saying that's like a clear indication that Salt is going to come back and replace Bethel when he's back. Because otherwise Bethel is a really good fielder, right? And you would want him to play. But I'm saying they don't want anyone else to sit.
I was okay
Good
with
point.
Dave.
That was a
Dave
good point, though.
Yeah.
No, but he has a point. Yeah.
Bharat, I just wanted to say I don't see a world in which Sheppy comes out for Salt or whatever for Bethel. Just for the reason that because he's there, like let's say his entry point is always 18th over or later, and right, he's going to destroy those 2 overs. It allows Tim David's entry point to be 12th over. It allows Rajat to be 8th. Everyone is stronger because Sheppy is there. And like Rai was kind of alluding to, if you just replace him with Bethel, now the whole order is messed up, bro. I don't see DDP leaving 3. I don't see Rajat leaving 4. He might just have to. And I don't know if that'll be the right moves. Yeah, man. I think all I want is for Salt to, take another week, give Bethel one more chance. Or because I don't see us playing Bethel in any other situation.
Yeah, I think I agree with you guys.
Okay. Guys, let's wrap this up. We promised you a short one, as short as the game. So, quick, rapid fire round, okay? Rai, I want to force a negative from you today. Something that didn't go well. Something you wished went differently.
Man, for a rapid fire, that's a terrible question in today's game. Like, I actually can't think of one. Like, in fact, even I think you guys were scrutinizing Rajat's captaincy a bit too much because he had
Okay.
to. But I
That's
really
all right,
can't, man. Like, 3 batters, like bowling was perfect. I actually can't think of even one. I think it was the best overall show of, like, it was the best game I think we played all season. So, no negatives from my side. Sorry.
Okay. Ayush, question for you then is, dude, how bad is that team or how good is our team? Like, which one do you put this down to?
I mean, Delhi batted first a couple of days ago and they made like 260 something and then conceded 260. So yeah, like they're bad. But the fact that, okay, they're batting first again today and we restricted them to the score, I'd say that, yeah, like we are a really good team. So yeah, not taking away anything from Bhuvi and Josh.
Nice. And Bharat, last question for you. Editor, I want points table on screen, but also our next 3 or 4 fixtures. Bharat, what's the outlook looking ahead?
Good. I really like our upcoming fixtures. Optimistic. I think we're playing Gujarat Titans, then we're playing Lucknow away, Mumbai and KKR before we finally play Punjab, the game everyone's waiting for, followed by Sunrisers. So I think the next 4 games are against teams outside of the top 4. So that's potentially 8 points right there, pushing us to 20. So looking forward to it, but not overconfident. I feel like the Gujarat game is a sticky one, dude. It can go either way if like their top 3 fire and our batting doesn't go well. So yeah, hoping we push this form into the next few games, and then I'm looking forward to that Punjab game on the 17th of May.
Dude, I wish I had a stat on this, and next time I'll do more research before, but we're recording out right after the game, so forgive me. But when was the last time RCB won a toss and lost the game? Because I can only see us losing a game if we lose the toss, they put us into bat first, like Rajasthan did, or like Delhi did. Any idea?
The Rajasthan one, did we win or lose the toss?
We lost the toss, bro. I don't think we'll ever choose to bat first. Like you said, even in the day game, we wouldn't bat first. So yeah, I just wanted to say, Bharat, you're right. If we lose the toss, it could go bad. But I'm just saying, man, let's win that game at the toss as well. Put them at the bat first. Bhuvi clean up. Hazelwood clean up. Anyway, preview dropping soon, guys. Don't want to get ahead of ourselves. But thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed that game as much as we did. You know what to do. Hit that like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.